Hello again and welcome to this new episode where we're gonna look into the most advanced budgeting Excel available out there currently. There are many options, but they all lack something or they are not free. So basically, most budgeting spreadsheets are too basic or too complicated, as I am just saying, and they either lack important features or require bank connections that compromise security. But what if you had the ultimate budgeting system that tracks income, expenses, savings, accounts, and financial goals, all this in one Excel file? And it works across multiple years, so it's not like from beginning to the end of the year and you don't have to start over again every single year with a new spreadsheet, and it's 100% offline. Well, that's exactly what I built, and today I'll show you why this is the best free budgeting spreadsheet you'll ever need. And why I am saying it's free is because I'm going to be sharing it with you. So you'll find a download link in the description where you can get yourself this Excel and use it completely free of charge. Now let's take a deeper dive into this. So if we look at this Excel, this is not just a basic one-pager budget tracker. It's a complete financial management system that covers every aspect of your money. And here's what it includes. It covers multi-year tracking, so there is no need to fresh start every year, just select a year. You have different options to select the year, like here for example, and you can go to whatever year you want. You can go back and forth, you can check history, and you can check your current year. Of course, next year's you can check as well, but it's gonna be most probably zero. And of course, if you have a total balance, what you haven't spent, then you will have that there. Then it has automated account balances, which means it tracks multiple bank accounts and cash in real time. What does this mean exactly? Basically, you have all your accounts and you can set them up freely, and based on the input you're gonna get into this Excel, it's gonna update automatically. Just in a second, we're gonna go through every page and every function of the Excel, but first, just a general overview. It also manages goal-based savings. So basically, you can set your financial goals and see your progress instantly. It also does smart expense and income categorization. Everything is neatly structured. All your incomes and expenses go to different categories, and you can do a quick overview based on a lot of factors. And it also has a dynamic dashboard with charts where you can get financial insights at a glance. Well, here would be the dashboard. At the moment, it has just a few basic information listed and a chart for the most important data. Here, of course, you can add more because anything what's included in this Excel, it can be shown here. So it's free to edit and it's pretty easy to display anything here. Now let's check it more precisely. How does it actually work? First, let's look at the income tab. So here you just need to enter your income and the spreadsheet automatically updates and categorizes everything. This includes your balances and category. You can also get a monthly and yearly breakdown here. So if you see here, I already added some data, and if we try to add some more, let's just put a random date, I don't know, 26th of the 2nd, 25. And let's say we have, let's go with freelance. These categories, you can decide for yourself what you want to call them and how you want to use them. Now, most of these drop downs are actually defined here on the drop downs page. Here you have years and you can continue with more. You have sources for income, you have categories, you have storage locations, which basically you don't really need to update. This is automatically updated from your accounts page. Whatever you put there, it will show up here. Same on the expenses. You have categories, payment methods, statuses. You can put more statuses if you want, part paid or loan or whatever. And also you have goals and savings. Here you can set goals, and for the drop down you can add here, that would be this one. You can add here whatever you would like. I prefer to have it like this because on one single page you can edit all the drop downs. Now, basically on the income page, let's say this is not a recurring, it's not like a salary or rent income or anything. You can also put rent or whatever else you have. I actually have here rent. And this is just a one time, let's say, and let's say we got $135. Now this is set to dollars, but basically you can change this and you can format it to any currency you would like. Here you can set euros, you see, and you can set dollars or whatever you would like. Now, and here, let's say this goes to my, let's put it in my PayPal account, and you see, automatically it updates the account. If I put it into Revolut, it's there. And it also was added to the one-timer because it adds up all of these from the current year, where you can select a different year, and then here actually it's updating based on the selected year, and here it has a total from all of the income what you have input here since the day you started. So we added an income and it automatically updates everything and across all the pages, like accounts as well. Now we have, hold on. Yes, because we changed it. I was looking at PayPal. Let's put it to PayPal. And there we go, is PayPal there. And we have 135. Okay. So that is the income. And now, if we look at the expenses, it works in a very similar way. Total from day one, current selected year. And here you have everything you need. Now, this is just a status for you. It can be updated, but I didn't want to do it like that because this way I like it better what it shows, and I'm gonna explain this right now. So basically this is rent not due yet, but it's the rent for March, for example. And here you see that for March in annual overview, I'm in minus for March. But that is because it's not March yet in the example and I have no income for March. But let's say that 2nd of March I'm getting salary. Let's say that I got it early, not on the 10th like usual. And this is gonna be recurring. And as we can see, let's say I marked it here that I got a raise in February, and I can put the same now. Well, oh yeah, would be nice, but almost. So this goes into current account like usual. And now if we look at the annual overview, there is unpaid here, so that means it's actually accounting for this because it's not due yet. But I already know that I have to keep on a track on that. So here basically that's what I will have left after I will pay this. Didn't pay anything and I need to pay this, so keep in mind that that's outstanding there. Now if I decide to pay it, change to paid, then that's paid, nothing outstanding, everything I have It's there to spend or save, but I don't have any outstanding bills. That's how expenses work, and everything is calculated, everything is taken into consideration. If income is in yet or not, expense is paid or unpaid, and it keeps track of everything precisely. Accounts as well. Basically, the amount in the account updates automatically. Now, if we continue, we already looked partially at the account balances, and let's have a more precise look. Unlike most free budgeting spreadsheets, this lets you track the actual account balances, and no need to manually adjust the numbers, it does it for you. So as you saw just in the previous example, it automatically updates based on everything, basically income, expense, paid, unpaid, whatever you need, it's already there. It keeps track of everything you want. It also keeps track of balances outstanding or paid, but not everything here. Basically, in the overview, in the account is what you actually have, but you can keep a track in the annual overview what is outstanding for each month and so on. Also, you have a budget plan, which we're going to look at in a second. Here you can add more accounts if you want. You can have cash 1, cash 2, like you have a wallet and you have a savings cash, I don't know, piggy bank, or you put it under your pillow or whatever you would like. You can just set it up here and it can automatically be assigned to all of your pages, basically, where you need accounts. So again, current account, saving account, you can call it whatever you want. Bank accounts, pretty simple. After you set it up, you don't really need to do much with it. You just track it, have a look at it. Initial balance. When you start your spreadsheet, probably you're not starting from zero in every single account. And here you can set up what was your initial account, initial balance when you start the spreadsheet. As soon as you have that set up, it automatically calculates with that. You leave that there, don't worry about it ever again, and there you have it. Now, the budget plan. Here you can select a month, first of all. You can have a monthly plan here, basically, and you always plan for your next month. Now, as these figures show and these categories, you have these set as your basic, and this is your baseline. You can deviate from this, but this normally would be a plan, and that should repeat every month. So this is for your general cost, and let's say you try to set a baseline. You know that your rent is what it is. Usually that doesn't really change. Food, let's say you have a plan to spend, I don't know, 200 or 2000, it doesn't really matter for food. Whatever your budget is, whatever your usual spending is. Then you set something for entertainment. You go out for a night out, for a movie, for a dinner, for anything. Transport, well, you know, you need public transport, you need fuel for your car, you need anything you need for transport. Then you have your bills, utilities, anything you have. You have your insurance, I don't know, house insurance, health insurance, car insurance, anything you would have. And whatever else you have there, you can put here. And since this is a drop down, where do you go again? You go to drop downs and you go to expenses and you go and add it here. Whatever you need, you just add it here. And make sure you plan with the regular costs, not that, I don't know, you bought an apple this month, but you will not buy it next month. And I'm not thinking about the Apple brand, I'm thinking about an apple actually as a fruit. Normally that would go under food anyway, but I'm just coming up with a stupid example. Now, while your spending is within budget, So basically, when you put in the expenses, you pay your, what is that? Let's put it at 03/03/2025. And let's say you get your insurance bill. But for some reason, they increased it, bastards. So you have a higher bill. You can pay from, doesn't matter where, it's paid from PayPal. And you can also already put it in paid. Increased insurance premium. Okay, then you go back to the budget plan and you look at March, because I put it down for March, and you see that you spent 45 and you should only spend 30. So you're over budget. Now what you can do is you can update this. Of course, if it changes and it's gonna stay like that, you don't really have an option, and it doesn't manage month by month. It manages a global plan which should cover the whole year. So going backwards will also change, but still, at least you know what the idea is. And then here you have the yearly, where it adds up everything throughout the whole year. So you have 400 budgeted for insurance. Currently you paid 45. There you go. You have that much left. Then at the end of the year you can be under budget, on budget, or over budget, depending on how much you actually spend. One month you can go over, next month you might be under. The main goal is to have a plan and to know what your income is, and basically to make sure that whatever you use, whatever you spend, to keep track of it and try to stay on the ball. Now with this, you can track what you spend, and you can actually manage your spending. When you reach your limit, try to hold back. Don't eat that next ice cream. Don't go to that, I don't know, movie. Maybe skip this one. Go in a week, next month, and check out that one. That's the only way to go if you want to control your finances, and if you want to make sure that somehow you will manage to make a proper budget and some savings and emergency funds and so on. All of these are data what you can check and analyze. It has a lot of dashboards and it gives you a lot of insights where you visualize your money like you never did before probably. And even if you use just a simple budgeting Excel, it might be good, it might be great, but with this you can achieve so much more because of the added additional functionality. Now, the built-in dashboard, which would be here on the first page, shows you everything you need to know at a glance. Now, of course, here you can set up much more, but I just created a few lists for the most important data and a chart for your monthly overview. And basically, still it includes like income, expense, net cash flow, and savings progress. And a nice chart with a clear view where you can identify financial trends. And let's say if your expenses, the orange one, always exceeds your income, that means you're gonna be in minus all the time. And here you will be able to see, and actually you can stretch that a bit more, and then these numbers don't overlap. And basically, if you check here, before we got our salary, our March was in minus. And why is that? Well, because we have to pay rent and now insurance as well. But we haven't got our salary yet, the blue one. So for this reason, we are in minus overall on the expected spend. So here, if we put back the salary, that's an income, we got it. There we go. So then it's okay. Next, I would like to talk to you about why this spreadsheet is the best option, which I kind of highlighted already on several points, but still, let's go into this topic a little bit more. Actually, before we jump into this, let's just go back and show you here the remaining 2 pages. So we looked at accounts, we looked at budget, we looked at annual overview, and now we're going to look at goals and savings. Here, for example, you want to build an emergency fund to have some savings if anything goes wrong, basically just to make sure you have some funds to reach for. Or you want to go for a trip, you want to travel somewhere, or you want to get a car or anything, you just put it here. And then what do? Pick what you want to do. Again, drop down, go to drop downs and tracker. You can say here, new car. The year doesn't matter, so it's not related. Then you go back to goals and savings and you will already have it. You say there it is, new car. Let's say it will cost 3,500. Yeah, it could cost 35,000 as well. Where do we want to save for that? Let's see, how do our accounts look? There's nothing on Wise. You can share an account for savings, so you can put it in your savings account. And let's say you just do this. But if you share the account, then on both lines, this one and this one, will show the overall amount what is in that account. These ones you just pull down from the corner and then that's it. So here basically, after you have this set up, you see that to reach this goal until the 2nd of May, you need monthly $1,068. If you cannot save that much a month, you can put it out for August. Then it will recalculate automatically. Then you only need $534 a month. So of course you're behind, but the only thing is now it will check the amount and it will consider it for any of these, but currently it will not consider that you need the same amount of one account to cover for 2 goals. So that means you can reach one and spend it, but then this will drop obviously and you can start over again. In that case, you're gonna have a different required monthly amount here because you're gonna have like a few months past and gonna have just a few months left to the deadline, but since you spent it on one, you have to keep an eye on it to make sure that if you use the same account for several savings, then you know where you are. Now, I might fix this in a future iteration, or you can do it if you are proficient with Excel. Not a big deal. What you could do, change it to another account or create another account, even if it's just virtual one. Now there's nothing on Wise. Now it's not going to affect one or the other. So that's what we have on goals. Now, if you actually want to allocate some funds for savings, what you do is you just take a date, 2nd of March 2025. For the new car, you take $300 from your current account, because there you have a lot. Now actually you could take, current account is okay. And here, the to account part, you don't need to do anything with it. As soon as you put in the goal name, it will automatically update the account what you use, what you have set to use for that particular saving. All you need to do is you take X amount from whichever account you want, put it into the goal basically, and the goal corresponds to this account. Now what happened? You took from your current account $300 and here we had 0, but now we have 300. And what we're gonna do again is We have 90 left after paying the insurance on PayPal. We can take that as well. 0, 2, 0, 3, 20, 25. Again, go for new car and take this 90 from PayPal. Put it into savings. How does our goal look? We reached 11% of the total amount. So it's progressing slowly but surely. And the account's updated as well. So see here, you see exactly on which account, what amount you have now. On Wise, you have everything here. PayPal is empty. So that's how this works. Now, let's look in more details at this Excel and why is the best option. Let's see how does it compare to other free budget tools. And let's break it down quickly. So, as we said, most free templates lack advanced tracking, while paid options force you to link your bank. This spreadsheet gives you full control, full security, and full customization at no cost whatsoever. And of course, there is no obligation for you to use it. If you like it, you can. If you don't, then you just don't. So, if you want to take control of your finances, you can download this budgeting Excel for free and start planning smarter today. The link is in the description. And if you want a step-by-step guide to setting up your financial system with this spreadsheet, check out my full Udemy course where I walk you through every function in detail, also how and what is needed, how it's built, to be able to start budgeting smarter today, and also to be able to build your own custom built version of this. The link is also in the description. So now, thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you shortly in a new video.